we'll come back at it again tomorrow, Lord willing. Yes, sirree. Well, I've been doing some work, more work on the carburetor. And the carburetor itself is there in the tank cleaning. And I think I showed you taking the float apart. There's the bracket, and here's two halves. You can see I had to do some body work on it. It's not exactly smooth, but that's as good as we can get it, and it will go together. Make a liar out of me now, but trust me, it does go together. So we'll be able to get those together and make sure that they work, both of them. They ain't pretty, but as long as they hold air and don't leak water or leak air out of them. And how I did it is I took this old punch and I rounded this end off like that, and I rounded off the small end like that, and then I used my very small ball peen hammer and tap, 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 and a couple of pairs of pliers going at it until we got it so they'll go back together. So the next step, and I think I'll take them in the house to do that, the next step will be to get them soldered back together and then solder them back onto there. And once the carburetor is all cleaned up, then we can start putting things back together. Now, I'm going to swing you over here and we'll finish this off. I was helping an old gentleman over the weekend clean out a storage bin, and there were some things in there that he was going to throw out, and so I took them. Here's one of them. This Champion spark plug want book. But notice the telephone on it. Just 4 digits. And notice no zip code. Years of service. Can you see what it says on there? 1855 to 1955. So this is probably made in 55, and it's got chart on the inside, and then it's actually a notebook for writing down your order. There's one thing, and then we got this automobile ignition, starting, and lighting, and American Technical Council. And the date on the inside was for this man's father, who was a student, February 15th, 1922. So most of the stuff in here is really, really old. Really old. It's got blueprints and all that kind of good stuff. Tells you how to work on regulators and starters and generators, all for the old stuff. And then, let's see, what was this one here? I forgot what this was. Oh, instructions for generator installation. And if you look at the car in the picture, sure looks like a 40 Ford sedan to me. Yes, sirree, Bob. Automotive electrical facts. Whoop. Drop that down there. Electricity, battery, starter, generator. And this one, I don't know that there was a date in here, but it's got a lot of good stuff telling you the fundamentals of direct current, Ohm's law. These are obviously were instruction manuals for the school that he went to. Batteries, generators, distributors, you know, all kinds of good stuff. And finally, Dykes automobile and gasoline inline engine encyclopedia. And this one, I think the date on this one is about the last copyright date was 1920. So this has got all kinds of good stuff in it too. So I've been doing a little reading in there. It's pretty cool. most of it's outdated for modern stuff, but for an old guy like me who likes old stuff, they're right down my line. So I thought you might find those a little bit interesting. And so, until next time, woo! Are you going to get blinded by the light? Probably. This is me, George, the Shade Tree Fix-It Man, saying thanks for watching. And we're working at it. Bye now.